Did you know that more than half of the oxygen you breathe doesn't come from trees, not rainforests, not grasslands, not even the vast wilderness of the Amazon? It comes from the ocean, but not from whales, not from coral reefs, from something so small, you'd need a microscope to see it. Meet phytoplankton, Earth's invisible lungs. And here's the twist. They depend on dust from the Sahara Desert, one of the driest, harshest places on Earth. This is the story of how the planet breathes, and how a mysterious transatlantic dust highway keeps that breath alive. Hey everyone, welcome back to another Did You Know feature, where we uncover mind-blowing facts about science, history, and everything in between. Before we dive in, just to let you know that we're seeing that 55% of our viewers who watch our channel regularly have not subscribed to us yet, so we're asking you a favor. Before we start our deep dive, if you like us and want to support us, there's a free and simple way to do that. Just hit that subscribe button, so that you never miss out when we put out new videos. We assure you that we will commit to bringing you the best videos each week. We also crave your feedback and suggestions as we aim to give you the best content possible. Phytoplankton, from the Greek phyto, plant, and plankton, drifter or wanderer, are microscopic single-celled organisms that float in the sunlit layers of oceans and freshwater. There are thousands of species including diatoms, dinoflagellates, cyanobacteria, and coccolithophores. Despite their size, some just a few micrometers across, phytoplankton collectively play a role so massive, they rival entire rainforests in ecological importance. Like plants, they use photosynthesis, converting sunlight, carbon dioxide, and nutrients into energy, releasing oxygen as a byproduct. And that's where the magic begins. Phytoplankton generate at least 50% and possibly up to 80% of the oxygen in our atmosphere. Let that sink in. Every second breath you take is thanks to these tiny ocean drifters. Here's how it works. They absorb carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Using sunlight, they turn it into organic carbon and release oxygen. That oxygen dissolves in ocean water and escapes into the air. So while forests and jungles are vital carbon sinks, it's the vast ocean and its floating flora that truly keep Earth breathing. And they do more than just make oxygen. Phytoplankton are also climate heroes. When they photosynthesize, they absorb CO2, one of the major greenhouse gases causing climate change. Some of the carbon they capture sinks to the deep ocean when they die, a process called the biological carbon pump. It's a global system that removes gigatons of carbon from the air and locks it away for centuries, helping cool the planet. But here's the catch: phytoplankton can't grow without the right ingredients. And one of the most crucial? Iron. Just like land plants need nutrients like nitrogen and phosphorus to grow, phytoplankton rely on a cocktail of minerals, especially iron. Iron is often scarce in open oceans. It's called a limiting nutrient. Even a trace amount can dramatically increase plankton productivity. So, where does this iron come from? Not from the ocean itself, not from undersea vents, not even from rivers. The answer is blowing in the wind. The Sahara Desert, a parched sea of sand stretching over 9 million square kilometers, may seem lifeless. But it is the unlikely lifeline of the ocean. Each year, over 180 million tons of dust is swept up by winds and carried across the Atlantic Ocean. That's right. The same wind systems that blow sandstorms through Mali and Niger also carry particles thousands of kilometers westward. This is called aeolian transport, and it's one of nature's most astonishing nutrient delivery systems. What's in the dust? Iron, phosphorus, potassium, and a variety of micronutrients. When this mineral-rich dust settles into the Atlantic, particularly the nutrient-poor regions like the Sargasso Sea, it fertilizes the waters. Suddenly, phytoplankton have what they need to bloom. Satellite images have captured massive plankton blooms triggered by Saharan dust events. These blooms stretch for hundreds of kilometers, painting the sea with swirling green and blue streaks. In these moments, the ocean comes alive. Oxygen production spikes, marine life, from tiny zooplankton to massive whales, follows the feast. Fish stocks rise, coral reefs benefit downstream. It's a chain reaction triggered by dust. This entire process, desert winds fertilizing marine ecosystems, is a perfect example of Earth's interconnectedness, and the scale is staggering. Dust from the Sahara doesn't just land in the Atlantic, some of it reaches as far as the Amazon rainforest, where it fertilizes poor tropical soils. It also travels to the Caribbean, where it affects air quality and sunsets. In North and South America, it influences climate and rainfall. In the ocean, it creates temporary gardens, brief yet vital explosions of life that ripple through the entire food web. But here's the irony. This life-giving process is incredibly fragile. Phytoplankton populations are declining. Some studies suggest a 40% drop since 1950 in certain ocean regions. Why? Warming waters make the ocean more stratified. Nutrients from the deep can't mix upward. Ocean acidification weakens shell-forming plankton. Pollution and runoff alter nutrient balances. Changes in wind patterns may reduce the delivery of Saharan dust. Even too much dust from increasing desertification or droughts can overload systems, leading to toxic algal blooms or dead zones. This delicate dance of wind, dust, water, and light is being thrown off rhythm. If phytoplankton vanish, the effects would be devastating. Oxygen levels would fall, carbon would accumulate, entire marine food chains would collapse. We often talk about protecting the Amazon, the Congo Basin, the forests of North America, but we rarely talk about the invisible forest that lives in the sea. Phytoplankton cover vast expanses, making up the largest photosynthetic biomass on the planet. Yet they remain out of sight and often out of mind. They don't have roots or trunks, they don't form leaves or canopies, but they are the green engine of Earth's biosphere, and they remind us that the most essential parts of life may be the ones we can't see. A desert creates dust. The wind carries it across an ocean. Tiny organisms bloom. Oxygen fills the air. Fish swarm. Whales sing. We breathe. It's all connected. The land, the sea, the wind, the life. The Sahara feeds the Atlantic. The Atlantic feeds the world. And somewhere in that cycle, you take your next breath. If you just learned something mind-blowing, hit that like button and share this video with someone who still thinks trees make all the oxygen. Subscribe for more Did You Know? Stories that reveal the hidden threads that hold our world together. And remember, sometimes the tiniest things make the biggest difference.